Great. Works. Let's go. That's enough of that crap.
Awesome.
Let's just wait for the viewers to roll in.
The viewer?
Sorry.
All right. Here we go.
So you asked if it's too early to start drinking? Hey, Editing Matthew here. I think I'm YouTubing correctly by saying that. This was originally a live video that I did with Matt. I've edited it down, but I've left in some of the silliness at the beginning. If you want to see or hear, depending on what you're doing, the discussion about research in AI and all that stuff, jump to about 14 minutes. Yes, it's 14 minutes of silliness, because that's how Matt and I roll. And yay, happy anniversary to me. And to you, if it's your anniversary. It's from the distillery that we went to.
I
haven't opened it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
All this time. When did we go? 2018?
I was going to ask what year that was. Was it 2018 when we were there?
Hold on.
Oh boy.
There we go.
Wow. What a moment. Cheers.
What are you having?
I'm having a I don't know the bottle with me. It's a Jameson blend. It's a
let me mute for this.
One of the Jamesons. I forget which one. Sorry, I can't remember. I'm already drunk.
I am not, and also I can't really drink anymore.
Right. For the aficionados, one of the cask mates Jameson, but I cannot recall the stout. I think it's the stout version. That's what I grabbed.
All right. Well, also,
yep.
I don't know if this is going to come across on the screen.
Hey, cheers. Boink.
See, it's the Dalwhinnie.
Yeah, Dalwhinnie. We were there.
The taster thing.
We were there. They gave us chocolate and bourbon or whiskey.
Right, and they put all of mine in a bag because I was driving.
We took an Uber home.
Oh.
Yeah.
Smooth.
That'll put hair on your head.
Will it?
More. Drink more.
Yeah. All right. So this started out as a fishing attempt, and now it's a snake oil sales thing.
There we go. Here we are.
All right. Well. So, Jesus.
Off to a good start.
Yeah.
Try to get centered in my camera so you can see me. Sorry.
Yeah. What? Here. Let me move over here. Just to balance you out.
Thank you.
It is almost like I've been drinking, but I haven't. That was just the one sip.
That's all it takes.
Yeah. It's so what I was trying to start saying, not even saying what I was trying to start saying, is so this is 1 year of doing this box that I'm in.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be perfect to have you as the guest.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's something I've stuck with. What?
Oh, hey, who are you?
Yeah, I mean, for the audience that will be watching later, who are not watching now because social media. Also, it's the middle of the day for most people.
It is. No, it's not. It's evening. We're drinking in the evening.
I mean, it's evening where you're at. Yes.
Right.
Yes. It's 6 a.m. for me. I'll be doing this and then having my constitutional. You and I used to do a show together.
That's right.
And I was doing, this is not a judgment thing, but I was doing all the editing and we were trying to do it once a week, something like that.
Something like
Close
that.
to it, that?
It was the
once
dark
every 10
times.
days. Yeah.
We were ambitious.
We had nothing to do. And I was spending, I don't know, maybe 6 minutes per minute of video, which meant every hour of our show was 6 hours of work. And it was just like, I burned out.
It was a lot.
Yeah. So.
I heard it was a lot.
Link not in the description below. It was a lot. So that's why this time I was like, I'm going to do it every other week. And then live shows if I want to.
Right.
And I figured that this would be more fun if we did a live show.
I thought we agreed no fun.
Oh. Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Let me button up. No, I can't button up. Thank you, pandemic. And also the lack of behavior change during the pandemic.
Right.
Who knew processed foods would do that to me? Nobody told me. Yeah. So we're off to a good start is what I keep coming back to.
Fantastic.
And what's up? Go.
What? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Entertain me.
What would you like to know? Make me dance.
Right. Well, here's the thing.
All right.
Hold on.
Break it down for me.
Let me even bring my microphone a little bit closer.
Yeah. Break it down.
Let me speak in my chest as well. Here's the thing, Matt. Sorry. It's only one sip, too.
Big sip.
God, I had my suit jacket on and a tie, and I was like, it's too warm. It's too warm, and it's still too warm.
Yeah, that's why I went t-shirt. I'm sorry. I didn't.
No, you're right. Like, I don't know how people in hot, truly hot summer, like in Japan, like wander around with suits on. Like, I don't get it. So here's the thing. One of the things that I've really tried to engender, if you will,
I will,
within this show, whatever it is as not cinema verite, but, I don't really want to have like a welcome to the podcast. Let me tell you a bit about my guest. And hey, guest, welcome. Let's talk about the thing that we've prepared remarks on.
We've not prepared. I want to be absolutely clear.
Yeah. Just in case anybody watching in the future,
right,
absolutely not watching now,
right,
had any doubts, we did not prepare.
Not at all.
Nor would we. Like, we were, you know what? It's funny that you mentioned that, because I remember one time when we were doing our show that we did prepare.
Yeah. It was the worst show
And
ever.
I think it was the worst show ever. It was absolutely the worst show ever. Yep.
Rehearsed.
Yes. And now I will refer to the next paragraph that we talked about and agreed to talk about.
The canned laughter was completely out of place.
Yeah, that's on me. I figured we needed something to lighten it up, but like the same laughs, exactly the same length. That's not how people laugh.
So, Coach.
Yeah, so this can really be whatever we want it to be, although we did talk about a thing to talk about.
Yeah. Now, I think if there's one thing about us...
Sorry.
That we
take another drink.
We've always had the shared belief of no fun and no rehearsal.
Yeah.
So I think this podcast embodies our philosophy on life and work.
Yeah. So, it's wing it.
Wing it. It's go this direction.
It's the Charles DeMars School of Podcasting. Kids, ask your parents.
If you haven't seen Better Off Dead, go.
Yeah, stop watching this.
Blockbuster. It's way funnier than this.
Is that one in Bend still open? I actually heard video rental places are making a comeback, so.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I was hopeful.
I still have my card just in case. Is this still valid?
Shit, do I have mine somewhere? I don't think I do. No. Mostly because it wasn't Blockbuster that we went to. Like, we went to it sometimes, but we had another, like a local one that we would go to in the Northway Mall.
In the Anchorage version.
In the Anchorage version, yeah. It was really near Big Al's Pizza, who did copyright infringement on the B-52 song. What's that song?
They had a lot.
I don't remember, because all I can remember is the Big Al's jingle.
I mean, Rock Lobster?
Rock Lobster, that's what it was.
All right.
So they did a riff off of Rock Lobster for their jingle.
Like the bass line, everything.
Dun, 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 yeah. All the music, but just change the words. I'm like, how did you get away with it?
Fantastic.
And here's what I figured out. It was the 80s, and we didn't have the internet, and it was Alaska, so.
No one knew now.
No one knew.
It's a far, far leap from Athens, Georgia.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure B-52 had no clue. Whichever one of them in the group was B-52. They were all B-52s.
Plural or possessive.
I get it.
Let's look it out.
Yeah.
Classic.
Jesus. Skip. If I have the ability later, I'll just skip to the content.
I was going to say, have we started yet?
I get that question a lot on the show. Because I hit record before the guests join.
Right.
and then I cut off the part where I'm just staring at the camera waiting for them. Yes, this is the conversation. This is
it.
my. This is it.
We're rolling.
Let's go. Regale
All right.
me.
What was
All right.
it?
So the thing we agreed to talk about,
Yeah.
and for the folks at home, I'm really sorry to say these two letters together in sequence. AI.
Oh boy.
And research.
Okay.
And research.
Okay.
So it's a mixed bag.
Else? Say more words. I need
petunia.
All right. Now you have me interested.
Yeah. This is the weirdest improv ever. AI. Okay. All right. We need another word. Research. Okay. Petunia. No. This is it. This is improv, but I can do nothing with that.
Yes, and
I mean, I guess the logical choice would be you have a participant named Petunia. Okay, I found it. We're good. Go.
I was thinking horse, but can we have a horse participant?
It's a horse named Petunia with a rider also named Petunia.
Okay.
See, we made it work. And this is why we can wing it, because we're professionals.
Because no one would ever know this is not rehearsed.
No. I mean,
this is polished A material.
It is rehearsed. We just effortlessly do this thing. So, okay, cool. 18 minutes in. Come on.
All right, here we go. Let's get to the meat.
Let's get to the, yeah. What is it? Oh, yeah. Research and AI. So here's the thing. You and I had briefly talked about this, and I said, hold that thought. Let's do it on the show so that then my reactions can be like.
Right. So can I give context to that? Am I allowed? So you and I talk fairly regularly.
Hold on.
And we have these really,
I can't
interesting, I'll air quotes, interesting conversations. There you go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, go ahead.
So we've had, there's some background here.
There's some background here. Please go ahead.
We're not like strangers. We've traveled the world. We've
gone to Scotland and drinking whiskey.
We drank and got drunk. But anyway, okay. So AI research. What would you?
Well, you said you had. Is the word intimated? That's not the right word.
I hope not. I hope I didn't say that.
No, you had implied. And I inferred that you were on to something. Like you had a specific way that you were using AI to help you with the researchy stuff. And yes, that is a technical term, the researchy stuff.
The researchy stuff. Okay.
So go.
True or false? So full disclosure, I don't really recall this conversation. So no fault. Right. I'm not blaming you.
I'll give you a little more context.
Don't argue with me.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm not arguing with you.
So sure.
I know he can get the job, but can he do the job? Kids, ask your parents. So here's the other context. You had been invited to be on a podcast.
Right.
And those MFers, if I may call them MFers.
No, we're not going to. That's not.
No, I'm just kidding.
Stones.
It's no stones. I'm just cussing at them.
Right. It was a mutual agreed upon.
So I'm stealing
my material.
I'm bogarting their guest.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. So right. So we had talked. Now it's kind of coming back to me.
Yeah,
Thank you for the refresher. We had talked about.
All right. Maybe we should have prepared a little bit.
We already lost.
Oh, we don't have to talk about this if you don't want to talk about
one viewer. Well, I assume we're going to have a far-reaching, varied conversation about lots of things. Because
fuck's sake. All right.
I mean,
sure. Yeah.
Let's start with the boring stuff, and if anyone's still around, then we'll talk about the interesting stuff. Is that the right way to use?
Yeah. I agree. Let's start
the spicy stuff.
So the boring stuff. Start with the AI.
So, what is AI? Let's start with that.
God, let's start that far back. What is the letter A?
What is it? So, okay, so AI in research. Let's talk about how we're using that. Are we using that? Are you using AI for research? We haven't even talked about that.
Am I? Literally? Or are you asking the people at home?
No, you, Matt. You're the one I can. Are there people at home? You have me closed in. I can only see you.
So the short answer is yes. The longer answer isn't that much longer. Yes. Focus. Oh, Jesus. This is editing would not fix this, people.
Right. So
what were we saying? Oh yeah, you asked me if I'm
yeah.
So the short answer is yes. The longer answer is every time that I've used it, it has come back with things that I'm like, here's the thing. Because I took part in the research,
right,
I knew what was in the research.
right.
And so it would come back with things that I knew did not happen.
Right.
Or, a lens on something that I'm like, yeah, but I don't feel like that's really what they were getting at. And so every time that I've used it, I haven't found it very valuable.
Fair.
But yeah. you have.
Well, so. I've been dabbling a little bit more in various, I guess, contexts. So there's tools. I know we don't like to talk about tools because tools of today will be replaced by something in a few months. But if you're a researcher, you probably know the tools I'm referring to. There's digital repositories. There's, I don't even know what you would call it, so I'll just call it Miro, or those types of tools where you're doing stickies and it does synthesis, or it can do, the AI can do affinity mapping and grouping and tagging and stuff like that. Those tools are out there. They're pushing them. The salespeople are pushing them. I've been playing with them. From that context, they're not awful. They're not terrible. They do a summary, like an initial summary. But like you were saying, Matthew, when you're doing the research, I guess this is a benefit of being the facilitator. So I was doing some research, let's say 2 weeks ago. No one's going to test me out. There's no fact checking on this, right? We're not doing fact checking.
I'm being told no.
Okay, good. So it was 2 weeks ago, maybe 3. No, but I was asking one of these things. I would do a summary of these interviews and provide me some quotes, some interesting quotes or something like that, as far as you know. And it would annotate them. Oh, this nugget came from this participant. And I know they didn't say that because I was there. And so, I clicked on the annotation and it links to the transcript or the recording. And sure as shit, it was not that person. But if I wasn't the person doing the interviewing and I wasn't that connected to the data, I could have likely just been tricked by that hallucination or whatever you want to call it. So, but because I was the facilitator, I could read and say, oh, that was an interesting quote. It wasn't attributed to that person.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like this halfway point, at least, now, they're always getting better. I'll give them credit. They're doing really cool stuff that 5 years ago we didn't think would be possible or whatever. But you have to keep your eye on it. I mean, that's the trick, right? You can't just blindly take it and say, oh, this is what happened. And that's the fear, right? Because as we get into a world where research is, I'll say the D word, democratized or shared amongst teams with one person, hopefully a human, doing the facilitation, then other people are coming in and doing analysis on it. They're going to be more likely to be tricked into something that didn't really happen. That's one of the big risks that I see.
Yeah.
In that context of like the summarization and kind of the synthesis of, let's say, a series of interviews or something like that.
Yeah.
The guts of it is pretty good, as far as summary. Not that it's hitting every note that was said, but you read a summary like, yeah, that's kind of how it went. That's what they said. These are some things they were happy about. These are things they were mad about or whatever, suggestions. It does a pretty darn good job.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the thing is like we're still, and I imagine even as it gets better, even if it is completely accurate for a while, we're still in a space where we'll want to go back to the people who did the research to say, is this true? And not just because, hey, it's this LLM is trained on our data. Great. We can trust it because it's our data. Like,
I was talking to someone, let's say 2 weeks ago about this.
2 weeks ago from when you're viewing this, dear viewer,
right?
Not from when recording. So
right, exactly. Thank you. And we're talking about like the shift in trust of the AIs. When it was first kind of percolating out there, it was like, okay, I'm going to use the AI to double check me. And now I feel like we've switched. Now it's like, I have to double check the AI. And I don't know what that means exactly, except that we're probably being more trustworthy. Like it's gaining more authority in the research. And I see this shift longer term where if they keep improving on them and if they keep gaining trust through success, that there will still be a need for people almost like you were saying, like overseers, or I equate it to like editors. Like, okay, you took a first pass, but there still needs to be someone thinking that knows the entire, scope of the project, the vision, and, all the other things that feed into research and say, okay, yeah, this is actually something interesting, or this is not interesting, or whatever, but it still needs that human oversight of what it's doing.
Yeah, and again, for me, ideally, the oversight should include the people who did the research.
Right.
So I don't think that, well, I mean, yeah, mostly I don't think that you can take away people doing the research.
Yeah. Well, that's a whole other thing, right?
I mean, we want to, obviously. That's our ultimate goal, is to get rid of people.
Well, we don't like people.
Yeah.
But the whole thing,
that's why we got into research.
It's the empathy.
Yeah. I hope to get it someday.
Right. But now, we're talking, services are out there and they're having, we'll have AI facilitators and AI participants, and they're going to be talking to each other, and who knows what that'll bring. I have not tried any of those tools yet.
I have 2 guests ago was talking about how they're using AI to basically, our favorite term, to do focus groups with synthetic users.
Mm-hmm. Love it. Keep going.
You okay? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You sitting down? I should have asked first. And on the one hand, I'm like, okay, that's an interesting experiment.
Mm-hmm.
And on the other hand, like, just, no, I don't think so. But I also think, like, again, it kind of goes back to the context of use, right? If you're using a tool to get outside of your head and see in ways that you don't normally see, okay. If you're going to turn around and make a business decision based off of that, like, I'm really hesitant to.
Well, I think, thinking about it now, like, is it much different than using AI for your personal missions or tasks? If you do use it for other personal things, like whenever I use it for, I shouldn't say this all the time, but let's say I'm researching something. Like, there have been plenty of times if I'm researching a product, you're looking to buy something, and it comes back with false data.
Mm-hmm.
So here's 5 products that meet your criteria. And I'll click on the link, and like maybe 2 of the 3 actually, or 2 of the 5 actually meet my criteria. Yeah. So like anything else, you have to double check and you have to verify. I don't think it's much different right now from the work standpoint versus the personal side. It's trying, it's getting close. It's going to get better. I don't think that's a leap of faith. Like it's going to get better.
Yeah.
When is it going to get to the point where we can actually trust it? It's getting faster and faster, man.
Faster, more authoritative. So like the people designing these things are doing it in such a way that it uses language that sounds very authoritative.
Right.
Even when it's wrong.
Yes.
And I think that you talked about that when you talked about trust a moment ago, that's what I was thinking about. It's like, trust at what level? Do I trust this because I told it to play the role of a orthopedic surgeon? Right. And so it's talking like one? If that,
Here's what I keep meaning to try, and I just haven't cared enough to try it, but you reminded me of it. By giving it that prompt, have you tried the difference of, you say, as an orthopedic surgeon, what do you think, blah, 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 versus as a, gardener, what do you think of?
Right. Yeah.
Is it giving similar answers? I haven't tried it.
I don't know.
But I did read actually just today, because I was studying for this. Not really. But
well, you
I guess one of the big,
bastard.
the big AI guys that everyone talks about and kind of has become the de facto go-to. They just released a big upgrade 2 days ago, I think, or maybe it was yesterday, and a lot of people are talking about it. And one of the things that apparently they've done is they've made it more authoritative. So this article I was reading was saying, in the past they got dinged because they were, being too like hemming and hawing on recommendations. It's like, here's the pros and cons, but you make the decision. But we're not really going to be, give you a clear directive. Where now they've pushed the needle more towards authoritative and being more directive and saying, this is a clear, better, whatever option, what you're comparing. So they're, again, whether the data is better or not, I don't know. But to your point, the language, they're trying to make it more clear, more authoritative. Yeah. Bastard.
Which is what I worry about, because I know people, believe it or not, I know, but I'll say we in this.
Sure.
We are always looking for opportunities to do something faster, to get to an answer quicker.
Yes.
And again, I always am going back to this, like, yes, this stuff is getting faster, it's getting more authoritative, and that to me is a risk factor, because it will make, and I'm always throwing product management under the bus. They can take it.
It's where they belong.
It's where they belong.
You're kidding.
Well, maybe not belong, but
not all of them.
Not all of them. Just Gary. You know who you are. Somebody's going to use these tools to ask a question like, what segment of the market am I missing with our offering?
Mm-hmm.
Gardeners. Really? Okay. Well, let's spin up a project and make a gardening version of this because our data says so. And the better ones out there will pause for a moment and say, well, actually, let's have a conversation about, should we even do this? But if anybody who has ever had I'll just say a boss, a leader, whatever, who makes decisions based off of whims, and it's not a small number of business leaders that fit that description. You all of a sudden have to do these projects that everyone knows doesn't make any sense at all, but you've got to deliver on it. And I feel like we're just going to do that faster now.
Right.
And I don't know.
I'm glad
some might argue that's okay, but
I feel like we have a slide in a deck somewhere about this.
I think we do.
But I was going to say the exact same thing. We've all worked for someone who came in the morning at work like, I had a dream last night. I had an idea.
Yeah.
And I was going to say it's no different. In fact, maybe it's better because it's not personal. Like it's not the boss thinking they came up with this amazing idea versus the AI suggested it. So maybe there'd be more wiggle room to refute it with research or something. I don't know. But it seems very similar in the dynamic of someone is giving you somewhat blind strategic direction, and you either follow the path, or if you're lucky and you work for a healthy organization, you go and validate it and say, oh, is this really something that people want? Is it really money to be made here? Whatever the goals are.
Yeah. So again, like I'm still like, I know I'm biased, and I think we have slides on biases, but hire more researchers.
That's really what we're after right here, right?
Yeah.
More of our friends.
Really?
And we want more people to be hiring researchers. We're objective. We're fun. We get the job done.
Yes.
Yeah.
We drink after 6 p.m. Which it currently is in both of our time zones.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. Jeopardy's starting. I hear the music.
Yeah. Gotta go. Oh, this is a rerun. Okay.
Damn summer.
Yeah. So do you have an example that you can share of, tell me about a time when? This is not an interview, but
yeah, I was told there'd be no questions.
Right. Then please share a time when.
So I wrote this little article earlier this year. I guess maybe you're thinking of Matthew about using AI for research without actually using real action data. And I thought it was pretty cool. It actually helped me out. So I'll tell the story. So I had a project I was working on. I had, a list of customer data. The research revolved around, I have to remember the details, it's been a while, around like physical locations. So it's around like deliveries and stuff like that. And so we needed to understand, as we were segmenting our users that were our participants, what type of geography they were in. And through our conversations with the client and everything, we kind of broke it down by, I think it was urban, suburban, and rural were the three we kind of just came up with.
Classics.
Classic. And we said, well, we don't have that data in our customer data because they didn't do that type of work, but we had their zip code. Like, all right, well, that's something. And these were people that we were actively talking to. We were doing moderated interviews with them. But we didn't want to just ask them because some people, they don't know, or they might have a false sense of what type of geography they live in, right? Oh,
they're the experts, but right. They're probably wrong.
Yeah, I'm in Anchorage. This is urban.
Yeah.
And so we didn't
it's
want
urban
them.
for Alaska. I mean.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we came up with, just trying to figure out how we can segment these people objectively using public domain, demographic information. And so I pumped a few, I took, 10 zip codes, and I put into, at the time, it doesn't matter which one it was because it's not even being used anymore, one of the AIs, and I said, segment these zip codes, urban density, I think, or population density. Maybe that was it. Because that seemed to be a good representation of not just population, density of population. And it did a great job. Spot checked them. Des Moines is whatever Des Moines was, and Plano, Texas, whatever. And it went down and did it, instantly. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. So then we could just take the participants that we were already working with, and we said, all right, we've already talked to these people. Now we can segment them retroactively, say who we already talked to and who should we talk to balance out our quota. And, going forward, they could take that whole list of whatever it was, 1,000 customers, and put them all in and do the whole thing. And so going forward, they could just be readily available. And that was just super easy. It was just one of those things that I started doing manually. And I'm like, this seems like a waste of time. Can't the robots do this?
Can't someone else do it?
Can't someone else do it? And it was the type of thing where it wasn't relying on it to do like analysis, like figure out what people meant by what they said, like we were talking about earlier, but it was very like objective, like here is the data according to public records. This is how these places are classified as of the census of whenever the last census was. I took that as good enough. So it worked out really well. It was, a time saver on a small scale, but it, taking that further could be a huge time saver going forward. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Actually.
And I wasn't relying on a tool to do it like a Miro or whatever. It was just something outside of the toolbox that normal researchers are playing in.
All right. So there's an example. Bravo.
Thank you.
Canned clapping.
Okay.
What about, and I know, again, like talking about tools, talking about deliverables, but I'm going to use those as sort of placeholders for activities. What are some other parts of an end-to-end research project?
Sure.
That you can see AI being like, yeah, that would actually be helpful.
So I think there's a lot, to be honest, like, again, as a kind of gut check, like even to the point of, and again, depending on your level of experience and confidence and maturity in your UX research.
Critical thinking skills.
Critical things. I think it's a great way to get ideas. You can put in very basic prompts from, I want to understand, how people shop for sneakers, whatever. Make me a research plan. Within these parameters, maybe put a little scope in there, maybe not. And it'll pump out something. It'll give you a skeleton of research methods, of how to recruit. Like I've tried that just to play around with it. Again, not that I'm going to copy paste it and present it to a client.
Right.
Or follow it. But it's like, okay, here's something where if you don't know on your own, or you just want some ideas to brainstorm against, why not? I mean, it's as good as talking to another person who may or may not have the same level of experience as you do. So even like from the foundational aspect. Why not? It's there. And I've shared that with other people where there might not be researchers, but they're like more product people and they're trying to do research or trying to get around their head wrapped around research, making general research project plans right from there. And then you kind of, zoom in as you get along that path of, oh, now I need a discussion guide. What would a discussion, here are my goals. Don't know your goals? Help me think of goals. What could be some goals to understand how people shop for sneakers? We always like to use tacos. Why don't we use a taco example?
Yeah. Forget the
I am trying to
stuff.
open my taco shack.
Right.
What are some business goals to understand if there's market demand for my taco shack, or how to satisfy my taco fans? So everything from, writing a plan, writing a discussion guide, how to recruit people. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff in there if you don't know where to start on your own.
So do you think, and this is a closed question, do you think, because it starts with the letter D or I, do you think there's more opportunity at the front end of a project than the back end? Maybe not opportunity, that's not the right word.
Yeah.
All right. So here's forget that question. It's a dumb question. I'm going to make a statement. I think, based off of what you just said, that using some of these tools at the start of a project makes a lot more sense than once you get into the analysis phase. Like the level to which you're going to leverage what it comes up with. And so that's my statement, that you can say, Matthew, happy anniversary. Of course, you're right.
Shut this place down. See, I was going to say that there's less risk up front, but then I'm not even sure if that's true.
Yeah, I'm not sure that that's true either. But like, I feel like, I guess what I go back to is it's the start of the project. You have more wiggle room to be wrong and more time to recover than if things go horribly, horribly wrong. And maybe there's never a horribly wrong in research, because the worst thing that happens is you get inconclusive. You have to do
the worst
more
thing
research.
is you get bad research and you think it's good research.
Well, yeah. But we wouldn't do that. So that's why not that one time, but
I always put that into the prompt, is make sure this is good research. Go from there.
I'm going to write that down. AI, write that down.
I think, gosh, it's a good question, because I think a lot of it is like that upfront stuff is like that blank page syndrome. Like some people just don't know where to begin.
Yeah, I have that sometimes. I'll sit there and I'll be like, I know the context of this project. I know what the client is trying to do. And I'm just like, what are we trying to do?
So you kind of just need something to look at. Yeah. Like, even if this isn't right, like, oh, this is giving me an idea, not this, but this, or I'm going to tweak it because it's not exactly what I need. So I think and the same thing with the discussion guide. I know some people who don't have a vast library of templates to pull from. Like, wow, how do I write a discussion guide? Where do I even start? How do I structure it? The AIs can do a pretty good job giving you a basic, again, skeleton structure of a discussion guide that then you can modify, fill in the gaps, edit, delete, add. So it gets you over that initial hump of starting. Again, when we talk about the end game of like synthesis, that's where it gets tricky, where it's can't be really, helpful on the time aspect. If you've done 20 interviews, by the time you get to 20, you've forgotten 1 and 2.
Well, not me.
All right, me.
Those are the only ones I can remember. Everything else is a blur.
So, coming up with summaries, even just to jog your memory, like, oh yeah, that lady said she had that story and blah, blah, blah. So it is a good memory jog tool.
Yeah.
But again, you still want to go back. You and I are dogmatic about immediately after an interview going back through it and tagging and note taking. Not everyone does that. We do that because we practice what
because we know better. Yeah, we know that if we don't do it, we're screwed later.
But if you forgot to do it for there's a hurricane or something.
Sure. Which has happened.
You might not do it. So I didn't answer your question. I don't have an answer directly for your question. It's a very good question.
You answered it. I mean, you provided a perspective, which is as good as an answer. So here's the other question.
Yes.
If let's say you're leading a team of researchers, or just one, but like a team of one to many.
Okay.
I know you've just got one person on your team, so
It's just me. Team of one.
you got somebody new recently.
I know, I was kidding. Go.
Yeah, okay. Oh, wait. That person's already gone? Okay. They do now because they're a pro subscriber.
Right.
Here's what I'm wondering.
Mhm.
The more people use these tools, every time we use them, it is a missed opportunity to go talk to a person. Not that you always have that available to you.
Are you saying
That's my prompt.
Is that,
Go AI. Because we're both AI.
are you saying in lieu of doing any sort of customer or participant research, or
No.
of the research?
I mean, this is like the employees, the collaborators on the project. Like,
Gotcha.
like you could go talk to somebody
Right.
about this stuff. Like
Right.
you say, hey, I'm having trouble. Not that you would have trouble, but
Someone.
I'm having someone named Matt, who I'm looking at right now. I'm having trouble with this discussion guide.
Right.
Can we chat about it?
Right.
Like, that's, to me, there's a missed opportunity potentially, unless you don't like your coworkers. I've been there. Where there's an opportunity to build trust amongst the team.
Sure.
To not only like sometimes I use those. A secondary affect, whatever, is that I can use these as like teaching moments too, to be like, hey, I'm having trouble with this. Can you sit with me and we can work through it together? But it has that knock-on effect of helping them hopefully get better at doing it too.
Right.
And now if we're all just like, we had started with the open office, then everyone put noise canceling headphones on and talked to each other on Slack.
Right.
And now it's like we're not even talking to each other because we've got the AI. As a person who professionally has to like people, I feel like there are missed opportunities there. I feel like there's like, especially if you're a manager, you're managing people, you have fewer opportunities to assess someone's skills or growth.
Well,
unless you're only relying on, oh, I've read your deliverable that AI wrote.
Right.
And it sounds very authoritative.
Right. Are you evaluating them on their ability to write AI prompts?
Right. Yeah, it's
I hear you. Fair point. I don't disagree with anything you said.
Good. Okay, show over.
We're done. See you next week. I think that there are ways to interject that human element, even if you're using AI. At least I hope so. I'm trying various ways to do it where you're still reviewing, you're still discussing as a group, as a team, whether just the UX, the research people, or the larger people involved on the project, of like, hey, are these the questions that we think are really going to get what we're looking for? So whether it started with an AI, whether it started with someone just, rambling in a Word document, there's still opportunities to discuss and collaborate and do that training, sharing kind of stuff. So not the same, but at least it's giving people, I like in the sense it's giving people that don't have that foundational knowledge or experience a leg up to get started quicker. And hopefully they will learn over time.
Say that again.
I don't remember what I said. Play it back.
Shit.
Or it gives them a chance, the confidence to get going on their own.
That. Okay.
And then over time, hopefully they will learn to do it by themselves where they don't have to be reliant. Because maybe AI helped them on their first couple and then they got feedback. So, these are great, but here's some areas where you can do, maybe make these a little bit better or tighten it up the goals or whatever it might be. Then the next time they will think, oh, I can just do this. I don't need to, or they'll be more critical of the AI on their own and say, oh, you're dumb. You didn't provide good research goals or whatever. So I think there is a element of training that can happen.
Yeah.
That's my theory.
Yeah. I think that that's my, as I was telling you this, I was imagining there's these posts that go around social media every once in a while where it's like an entire history of this technology is going to ruin our social fabric.
Mm-hmm. Right. Like the radio.
And so I get, so I get that I'm having that perspective a bit,
mm-hmm.
but I think that what I have seen anecdotally, just a couple of examples at a couple different companies, where research has been downsized because they have AI.
Yes.
But they still have the same workload. So realistically, logistically, many other adverbs, there's just less time to connect with each other.
Yeah.
And so I think that like if I were in that situation, I'd be like, so here's a hard line. We're never going to put work out that we haven't talked.
Right. Well, and not only is there less time to connect with people, there are fewer people to connect with because you're talking about downsizing.
Yeah, well, right. And if they've been downsized to all, not throwing you under the bus people, but all junior people who are earlier in their careers, like how that's terrible for them, because they're going to end up like my favorite Patsy of the principal designer who's never talked to a customer before. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, it's true. I was not joking earlier. Today I had lunch with an old friend of mine. He's now retired, but he was a writer. He was a tech writer. And we worked together a long time ago. And we were just talking about similar stuff just because he was curious what's going on in the world of AI. And we were talking like, oh, are the writers all gone? Because that's an easy low-hanging fruit for a lot of companies. Like, oh, we don't need writers.
Content and research. Yeah.
Right.
You're out.
And we were saying, the same thing we were just talking about. Like, oh, well, they'll probably still need an editor or someone in like an editor role to make sure that what they're doing is correct and, clean up any messes that the AI makes. But where it used to be maybe a team of 5 or 6 researchers or writers or whoever, now you're going to have like one senior person probably who's kind of overseeing it and, doing fact checking basically, which is a kind of a sad, lonely job to your point of the human connection and working collaboratively.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I know that it's not at larger companies. It's even if they're downsizing, it's probably not going to be that extreme beyond even the fantasies of the C-suite who wants to milk that much more profit out of everything. I mean, get shareholder value. But yeah, I don't know. I think I wish that I was, I don't want to say this. I'll just say it poorly. I wish I was interacting with more people about this stuff so that I could see a wider lens on it.
Yeah.
Because I think the lens I'm seeing through is I'm talking to people they get to that frustrated point and they reach out and they want to talk about like, how do I deal with this? So I'm just getting the lens on when the problems are happening. And that's kind of why I wanted to talk to you a little bit about like where you see it actually being useful and helpful for you, because I'm seeing a little bit of that, but not as much as the things are all falling apart organizationally because of this push to use these tools or else in some cases.
Yeah. No, I think that's an interesting point. Like if the theory or whatever is, AI is leading to personal isolation in the workforce, which I don't know that's far off. I mean, that definitely could be something that's we're headed towards in the future. We'll be long gone, but because we're so old.
I mean, I'll be dead soon, so it's
knock on wood.
Hold on.
No, but it's a valid point. I don't disagree, and it can be applied to everything, coding, writing,
of course.
Yeah.
But I think that's like the trend has been, even in these companies who are all like, oh, we follow the 3-legged stool, tripod, triad, whatever, engineering, design, and product.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it works many places. But even those larger companies, they're like, hey, we do this. Like, no, you don't. You don't. I know you don't because I talk to your designers. I talk to your researchers.
Right. Just make a joke, but please continue.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I think
Hold on,
think
let me take a drink.
I think it's ambitious. I know companies that do it can do it well. I think it's a good goal because, as we've said, our disciplines, especially research design, they don't happen in a bubble. It's a team sport.
Yeah, it has to be.
You want everyone involved. So I think the ambition is valid. It's good. Now the execution doesn't always happen.
Yeah. The ambition, good. I'm not look.
I'm not knocking.
I'm not. How many knots till you're confused, but I'm right. Yeah. It is the execution of it, and so many of the design and research people that I do coaching with, whether formally or informally, they or who have reported to me in the past, like they have this isolated feeling, not necessarily from the design team, but from the rest of the organization. And some of that, I'm thinking of a couple of individuals now, so use that as a template for it's a wider thing of some of that is their level of confidence and how to move through an organization and be political, but I think that it's kind of one of those, the system's working as designed, right? It is isolating these roles, and there's so much friction to overcome for them to really work together. Even when, like I worked in a startup many years ago, open office, we do lots of collaboration, but it was headphones on all day. And when I went to someone's desk to ask them a question, it was almost always like, okay, what? And maybe that's me. I know
I want to say it. I thought it.
Well,
I wasn't going to say it, but thank you for opening the door.
Yeah, I need to take another drink.
Yeah. Anyway. I mean, taking it to the open office example is, I think it's a fair analogy. Because I see it too. I've worked in places, consulted in places that have open offices, and yeah, you see everyone on headphones, especially you start having meetings.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're sitting next to each other. We're in different meetings, and the overlap in noise. It's difficult. So people go to the headphones. I mean, we get in a whole nother topic of how to make open office environments work successfully. Yeah. I don't
just let people work at home.
Just work at home and jump on Zoom or whatever when you're bored. But yeah, I've talked to people who actually their work. Did we do this when we were at NGen, where it was almost like you keep a running channel, not Slack, like a video channel.
Yeah, we did that at NGen,
and so you can kind of always just be heads down, but then look up and you see people, you see your friends, your colleagues, and you can ask questions or BS about lunch or whatever. So that was like the remote open office,
right? Yeah,
type of experiment, which was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was fun, and I wonder. Not I wonder. I think it would have been a lot more useful even if there was a concept of breakout rooms back then, because we didn't have that.
Right.
So if you wanted to talk to somebody, you had to jump off completely.
Right.
And get back on a separate one. But if we had the breakout rooms, we could have just just have a conversation, let other people have to deal with it.
Right. And just you can turn down their volume. Oh, Matthew's going on again.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever that usability thing is.
Yeah. What are they doing over there, those UX guys? Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
I mean, that was 13 years ago or 11 years ago. Something like that.
I thought it was even longer. Yeah.
I started there 13 years ago. It's 2012.
Can we wax poetic about NGen? What else do you want to talk about, Matthew?
Yeah, let's just talk about NGen. This is the second time this month that I've talked about Carl-related things. Yeah. Only this time I can't put a picture of Carl up like I did in the last one.
You can do it in post.
I don't
No.
think you can edit the live stuff. I mean, I could redo it and edit it.
Fortunately, I have a picture of him right here.
Yeah. Do I? No. I've got a sticky note in the shape of a bear.
Oh, we just share the crap that's on our desk.
Yeah. That's
We've
reached that point. Now,
good night, everyone.
It's our sponsor, a pen.
Huh. And a fine pen.
Thanks. Yeah, I don't know. That's it. We can stop talking.